if we're going to talk about pruning, the first thing that I think you should understand is how a plant is growing, particularly at the terminals. So here we have a vigorous shoot here, and in that terminal is what we call the meristem, and it's a grouping of cells that divide and go upward, elongate, and that's what pushes growth upward. If we leave that, it will keep growing more or less like you see here, and eventually branches will form. If we cut the terminal, what happens in the meristem is that as it is growing, it is releasing ethylene gas. And the ethylene gas travels down the stem, and what it does is it prevents or inhibits growth from just below it. And this is a way of sort of dispersing the branches so that they are even. Because if every one of these buds forms a branch, it'd be a mass, right? And so as a branch begins on the side, it produces ethylene gas and it inhibits the buds underneath it until the concentration of ethylene gets low enough so that you get another bud break. And it's just a self-regulating system. When we cut off a terminal like that, we get rid of that ethylene influence, and what happens is the buds below it break, and they will inhibit growth. As they start to grow, they will start to inhibit growth, but you usually get several breaks before that occurs. And so it's just a good thing to know that in the spring when you do that, you will tend to get very vigorous growth. As the season progresses and get into summer, you can cut those, and what you get is more short lateral growth. So the timing is very important in the result that you're going to get. And in pruning, what you need to think of is, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to shape a bush? Are you trying to create fruit production? Are you trying to create more growth and so forth? There are lots of reasons to prune. Of course, there's disease and so forth. You want to cut out diseases, cankers and so forth. But beyond that, you prune for many reasons, and it may be just aesthetic or whatever. But knowing the principle of what's happening within the plant when you cut it is essential.